Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in City Skylines, where guys, last episode we set up our very own utility island right now, where we pretty much got all of the needs for the city up and running, which it pretty much allows us to now start building on the other side of the river. We're going to get our first residents moving in across the river. Lone Rangers until we build up another little metropolis is going to be pretty amazing. If you guys do enjoy this, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new in here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when the next episode does come out. But here we are, boys, and this is what we got done last episode. I actually realized the only thing that we kind of low-key missing and I haven't implemented within SnowTown right now is the heating side of things, which is over here. Now, for some reason, I don't know why we haven't had any need for it. I don't know whether that's because I kind of have to place it down and then they're all going to kind of want heating. But nowhere's heated right now, as you can see. I don't know why these are red up to a certain degree. I have no idea. No idea. It's kind of like a line goes across and you can't see the rest of it. It's a weird one. But, yeah. I have to figure that out another time, because today I want to focus on building this area over here, which is going to be so damn beautiful right now. So before we do work on this, there's a few things I want to check out then. So we have our main turn-off area here. If you just want a quick route to get down and into this downtown area, we'll have a little slide turn-off road here, which is pretty handy. We also have the two major ones at this point right now. And eventually I'll have a road that comes off here to connect to there. So it kind of does the opposite version of this. So we have our little connection to get to this place set up pretty easy. And I want to just kind of do our little walking route. So before I do start doing all the zoning, you know, stuff like, you know, if you lived here and you wanted to get over to here, you know what I mean? Gotta do those little sweet walking routes. Now, once we have this downtown area kind of set up, we'll do this and then we'll kind of do a path to cross the road. We can then think about doing public transport to get over to this side. Now, guys, in the comment section down below right now, give me some suggestions of what you think the perfect method should be for me to transport citizens from one side to the other. Now, we're going to do the obvious. 100% we're going to do the obvious, which is a subway line. But what should that secondary transport system be to get them over there? Should it be ferries? Should it be a monorail? Trams? Helicopters? Blimps? I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, let me set up a few more of these paths anyway. We're going to do one over here. So the reason I like them to cross the road is because they don't have to walk all the way down here to cross over. They can just kind of go bam straight over, and it's all kind of done and dusted at that point, isn't it? I do need to extend this road down as well. So let me just quickly do that as well. And bam, 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 bam. So it's not entirely the right length. So what we'll do is we'll push down to where it does kind of meant to match, which that is an 11 across. And we'll do this kind of method instead on this side, because then that way I don't lose my zoning, if that makes sense. Bam. I bet you we're going to lose it here now, aren't we? Well, we have that little bit of a square there. Actually, what I'll do is I'll delete this one. Delete this one. Because I know it's not entirely the same. It's 54. See, this is the stuff that I kind of completely forgot about when I was building it originally. To there. At least the wider one's then in the dead center. And there we go. So we'll have a connection just here. I'll delete this bit for now. And again, we'll make sure we set up our little walking distance. Do you reckon they're too far? No, they'll be fine. They'll be fine because we can funnel in the traffic in all different kinds of ways. So let me just set up and finalize this bit. There we go. Straight down. Nice. And I think we're ready to do some zoning. So do we have water? No, we don't have any water. We'll keep it normal water to begin with. We're going to get rid of the anarchy right now. So push that straight up. Oh, we have some water up here. I forgot about that bit. Your boy kind of forgot about that bit. And I bring it up to there and connect there. So then we'll just quickly go around the area. I have a frog in my throat. It's all this freaking snow in SnowTown right now. Clogging up your boy's vocal cords. Right, straight up, straight across. So I've done a spiral. Then what we do is we then cut all the way down the middle. And up this way. So all the pipes are pretty much connected in their own way. Right, okay, so we have no power over here as well. We have no power whatsoever. We did get set up over here, our brand new power plant. So what we'll do, we'll just kind of take it from over here and connect it up. So before we do that, let me actually start getting this up and running. So the main boulevard here, the main boulevard roads is where we're going to have the majority of our commercial. And I could go full high density, but I don't want to. Not completely anyway. So what we'll do is we'll set up then. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in. Right, let me go from here. And 4 up that way. So go along the whole thing right now. 4 by 4. There we go. So that fills up all of that commercial that we're going to want. Then on the back of it, we do our first bit of strip of residential, which pushes over into our suburbs. Now, some areas will be low density, some areas will be high density as well. So we'll set up all of this section, and I think I'll go up to just here for now as our low density residential. And we'll set up as well this little section there as our commercial. And I think that will be good enough for now. I want to get the parks all set up as well. So let me just get the power. So where's it going to connect to? To there. Okay, right. So what's easier for me to do? To kind of go I mean, I could bring it from down here. It might be a little bit of an easier option for me. So where is it zoned up to again? So if I just take it from there, just for the purpose, I don't have to like awkwardly cross over the highway. That would then all be kind of connected. So you just have to give it a moment or two before it starts pushing itself over. We'll fast forward. Let's see what we can get out of this fast forward mode. And will they go the full distance all the way over here? So power-wise, I just need that one building to build here. Come on, boys. There we go. Let's say you could do this. And there we go. We've got it. So that's going to be now all set up. We'll slowly start to see people moving in this area. But let's get our generic stuff down first then. So while this whole area builds up, I want 2 parks, city parks, in this little section. So we're going to go to our parks right now. That's not the park button. This is over here, boy. And we'll set up a main building. Oh, actually, should we do a car park in one of them? I feel like we should. I mean, one of them I can get away with not doing a car park, which I think would be this one. Right, so if I went to there is 18. 9 is pretty much the middle piece. So if I did that there, and I take it this is also the 9? Yes. We have to anarchy that connection there. Sweet, mate. So that is them smack bang in the middle. We'll set this park up first then. So we go around the border, because then I can zone stuff in if I really want to. And going that distance again is 29. You can't really half it that well. So we'll just kind of pick it from this section here. Oh, we need to zone over the park bit. Right, there we go. Paint park. So let's quickly go around the edge. So this is only really going to be the small one. We're going to have a bigger version of it anyway on the other side. There we go. It's good because you do it the small one, isn't it? Yeah. Right, there we go. That's done. So we'll kind of get it in line with that. And there. And for this one, there is a center piece. We should use the path, shouldn't we, to kind of get that center section. There. There we go. Boom. Wonderful. So 4 entry points. Directly over to our park. So we know we got a park just there. How is all the rest of it going anyway? Slowly but surely getting there. Have we got anyone moved in just yet? Yes, the first set of vehicles are now on their way. So where are they coming from? Are they actually... This is going to be interesting right now to find out. Yes, they're going to be used... So apparently... So I say apparently. So this looks like it's the closest point, the quickest point. Not really seeing any of them turn off here, are we? Where are you going? You're heading to the neighborhood shop. I mean, I suppose it already comes down to which one they want to use, really, isn't it? If they're coming from this direction, it might be quicker to turn off there to go down there. But if they're coming down here, quicker to go that way. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, we got our first little park area set up. Should we just finalize this one? Let's just get this one finalized, so then I'd come back and do it again. So we'll set up then. We got our nice little park plaza, which we'll put right in the corner. We'll do 2 backing onto one another. We'll set up our park cafeteria on both sides. We'll set up the restrooms directly opposite them. There we go. We have our info booth, which we'll set up directly behind the restrooms. We have then the park chessboard, which will mimic both sides here. We have a couple of gazebos, but we'll set up the climbing frame first. Bam and bam. And then the trampoline park on these sides here. And these little gazebos will then just go and fill in all the little nooks and crannies that we do have. There we go. That's our glorious little city park on this side. Now, granted, it has no power just yet. So we'll get that connected. There we go. Is that enough to connect it? I believe so. I believe so. Yep. So that's our small version we got up and running there, which is going to be beautiful. And over here we got the larger version, which we're going to add in a... Should we add a car park in, or should I keep it simple like that? The only reason I say a car park, because we did this one with no car park, or got to add the trees in. Then we did this larger version over here with a car park. And I think, yeah, I think it's slightly... It looks really cool with a car park in, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So, okay, right, let's do that then. So let me get the center point. So that to there today was 44. So 22. All right, let me see if that is the center. 22, 22, yes. So if that's the center, we'll go 10 up, 5 up, 20 across, 5 down, bam. That becomes the entry point to this area. Then we're going to set up our little car park roads, which will be the bigger and better version. You reckon those, maybe? Or how about something for a normal road? And then we made... Actually, let me delete that. How big's that road? Yeah, we'll go with that one instead. And what we'll do is we'll kind of create the entry points like this. So at least we've got that road there to use as the main entry point area here. Bam! There we go. So let me get the car park down on this. Which, is it this size? I'm going to anarchy it on, by the way. Alright, we'll try our best. Bam and bam. And then bam and bam. We got disabled parking right in the middle, which I don't know why I do this, because the joke is always, yo, Celiac, why'd you put the disabled parking in the middle? The car parking where they got to walk the furthest, you place in the center for disabled. But then my argument is, well, they're disabled, they're in a wheelchair, they can roll. Ha! Got him! I'm just joking. I don't know why I do it. I just kind of do. It just is what it is. So that'll be the entrance point there. We'll leave that like that for now. We'll get all the trees in momentarily. But let's paint the rest of this area. So, bam. Quickly just scatter it through. Go for the smaller... Oh, no. No. So if you guys want to give me some name suggestions for these 2 new parks on this side, I will be more than happy to oblige. And boom, there we go. So, let's now then... Let's start with... the path area. So I'm just going to make it generically go around all of the edge. Bring that down to there. Down to there for now. Bring that directly up the middle. And then we do our little side gate. So one there. Is there a centerpiece to this, do you reckon? 18. Oh, a 7. 18 and the middle's a 7. It's only like it's a 9. It's this one here. Where did I get 7 from? I can't do math. Your boy can't do math right now. Right, there we go. And we'll put one there. And one there for this section. Nice. It's going to be a pretty cool little park area as well. So, let's set up then. We'll start with the park plazas, which we'll get our first. Let's turn the key off now. Get our first one there and there to cover these little squares. We have the park cafeteria. We'll have one there and one there. We have the restrooms there and there. We have the info booth, one there and one there. Oh, I need to do a path there. Hold on. There we go. Where was the info booth? There we go. So now we got the big chessboard. Boom and a boom. And then we've got the climbing frame section. The trampoline park. And then we drop all these little beautiful gazebos down. And there we go. And that fills that one up quite nice as well. But it gives us loads of room around if we wanted to do zoning and kind of build from within it. So again, it gives us all that room for improvements. Now look at the building and stuff that they've already got set up already. We've got those big strips of commercial down right now, the little residential buildings backing onto them. And this boulevard is slowly coming to life. I like it. And then this suburb sprawl area is slowly starting to build as well. It's like, you know when they build new housing developments and like, they kind of zone all the land out like this and they start selling the individual plots before they even build the houses. And then you start randomly getting patch houses just come up. And eventually when all the plots of land are sold, all the houses appear. It's kind of what it's like in the game, isn't it? It is cool. Right, trees then. Let me first start with the generic conifers that I like to kind of add in here. So a little bit over the OTT, but I've got to do what I've got to do, boys. We'll go for this style here. So a couple of generic ones, and then we'll just kind of go over a large brush size. Let's kind of pad the area out a bit more. Because it is our beautiful little park. Did the same here. I ain't going to worry too much about overdoing it, because eventually all the zoning will kill off the kind of overspill of trees. But there's our two park areas set up. You've got the simple plain generic one there, and a more kind of bigger version with its very own parking system set up. There we go. We are... Where's the park name? There we go. We charge top dollar to get in, because obviously we are trying to milk the money. It's another way that we can try and generate money within SnowTown. See how that goes, boys. See how that goes right now. And off we go. So fast forwarding it in. We've got this area set up over here. We're then going to start thinking about an industrial area. It's all well and everything having it all set up over there with the residential and the commercial. And we do a few jobs for the plant over there, like Utility Island and the oil plant over here as well. I mean, it's all set up wonderfully for it, but we are going to need dedicated areas for this kind of stuff. So why were they complaining about power then? What seemed to be the dealio and the issue? I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure there. But we are starting to see a lot more vehicles now turning off the highway. So, again, like I said before, it's going to take some time before everyone starts fully moving in. And we get back up to track with all this good stuff. But I feel like we could do like a small industrial section over here. Only fairly small, though. Because it's kind of out... like the highway... What's going to... Power is an issue. Oh, I just realised. I just realised this whole... I thought this section was connected to this power grid right now. Turns out it's not. No wonder we're having power issues. Right, that should solve everything, boys. I do apologise. Right, okay. So, yeah, we have the highway separating it. Now, what's good about this one is it's so far out of the way, it works for us. So I've got to be smart on how, if I do place it here, how I approach it. Now, we've got to think about it. These are the main drag roads coming in and out of the area. I don't want to create all the connections off those roads. So what I could do is, I could go up and... let's say I went up by... How long is this road? 80. So let's say I go up by... I could do a 30 and a 30. So a 30 is that a 30 there? Hold on. That's 29. Let me get this right. So come up by 30. And that becomes our inlet road there. Do the same on this side. So come up by 30. And there'll be the two inlet roads on this side. So how it would work would be... I mean, I could change it instead rather than doing 30s, but do by 20s. Have a connection directly there as it crosses the bridge. That's where... This is where the connections would go. And I've only got to do like a slightly smallish kind of one. So it keeps these crisscross four-way junctions completely open and completely free. Right? It's just one way that I can try and not maximize, but reduce the traffic. And we'll buffer the edges of this industrial area like we've done with the other one with offices. Thus minimizing as much traffic as physically possible. But we've also got to think about the export side of things as well. So in terms of exports anyway, there is this over here, the closest export. Now we do also have it connected to a train line. We could potentially connect it to a train line that passes through this way, goes across the bridge there, and then ends up, if I create like a little export area just there altogether. But I'll see how that ultimately goes. It all depends on the traffic. It really does. So the easiest way out for these guys, if you wanted to hit the highway, is come out of there, up this way, and then join that way. Or I could ultimately utilize having a road that joins up there, like that, but goes in that direction to kind of filter more traffic out. So the options are there, which is quite handy, to be honest. So we'll zone... I'll only zone half of it, so we can keep an eye on the growth. And we'll do a 4 this way. And we'll do a 4 that way and a 4 here. As we fill this side here, the zoning that kind of is on the main road as you pull in will then be offices. As a way to, you know, reduce the traffic. Like many things, we're going to see how it goes. But if I... get that going straight across there. Hopefully it will connect up to it. If not, I'll have to push it over myself. But yeah, there's def care needed over here, and so we need to sort out all the services. There we go. So yeah, sort out the services. Otherwise, you know, hearses have to literally drive from over here to get over to here, and that's not great. So, should we invest a little bit of money and make the services pretty decent over here? Over here right now, we do have like a normal big size hospital and a smaller medical center. Or do I keep it a small medical center and kind of build as we grow? That might be ideal. So I could place a little medical center just there, and then we'll handle the death care. We'll go for a better crematorium, which we'll place right next door to it. So that should help us out. Fire depot stuff, we'll just go for a small one to begin with over here, and we'll add it to the side road here. And then the same with policing. So placing on that side as well. And we could then do with adding in a couple of schools. So do an elementary school over in this side, and we'll build one up on this side as well. I'm going to throw a high school in over this side. There we go. So that ups some of our capacities. That provide all the services and education stuff they'll need for now. And as we grow a bit further and progress a bit further, we'll expand on those. Got the industry slightly getting set up over here. So this area is slowly but surely coming together. So let's have a little fast forward then. Now apparently we're losing quite a bit of cash. Ooh, okay, that's not great. That's not great at all. So it could be down to the fact that we can't do any exports at the moment because our cargo hub is burning down. So are the fire brigade on their way? Is that one? No, it's a donut truck. Are the fire brigade on their way, boys? Whoa, there's one. So they got a long way to drive right now. Hopefully they can get there in time. It's going to affect a lot of other stuff as well because of the sheer distance that they've got to travel. Aha, there's one. Okay, one was already on its way. I kind of missed it. So that would enable us to export some more goods now. My good God. That was quite nerve-wracking, wasn't it? It hasn't snowed in a while as well. Have I used dynamic weather? That is definitely on. I just realised it hasn't snowed in a while. I don't know if I accidentally turned that off or not. Now, do we have traffic lights here? No. Okay. I might set it up where that right-hand lane is turn only, and the other one is straight forward on. But again, we'll just see how the traffic kind of continues. And do you reckon at some point it might be good to set up a little quick route to this highway? Probably when we fully extend it, I might set something up. But that might be a good idea. But yeah, it's all ticking along pretty nice. It is all ticking along pretty nice. So we can maybe potentially start thinking about the first public transport route. But then you've really got to think about what would that look like for us. And when I mean by public transport route, I mean like getting workers from here over to here. Because we've got it pretty good over here right now as we do these little loops going around, these two loops and the line going straight through the middle. It's a little bit more difficult for us because we only really have one dedicated road going in. And if we brought it down there, it's going to come back out on itself. Not really what I'm looking for it to do. It might be that I need to extend some more roads before I go down that road. I mean, we've got a perfect kind of square loop we can set up anyway for trams running through this area, but I want to try and incorporate the industrial area. So maybe I'm looking at it all completely wrong. So if I brought this down, or came down this way, if I extended that there to kind of connect that up, I could... Feels slightly all over the place, like I should be continuing here, but it's not how we've set this area up. So maybe it might have to wait for now until we do a few more expansions. Because these guys complain about there's not enough workers. I mean, I could start getting in some more residential. That will kind of solve some of it. So let's set this area up over here as high density. Just a nice little strip section there. That will kind of satisfy a lot of the residential need right there. But yeah, we definitely got to think about it. Now, do we get much call for workers over this side? Because I could also bring them down to here to turn the loop back. Or even ultimately bring them down here to go that way round. I mean, that's one way to do the loop. Isn't it? That might be the way to go. That might be the way to go with our little loop right now. But what I am missing, just realised it, is our walking paths. And obviously to cross the road. I've got to do it on this side as well. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I think I might have a way to set up the tram route. But we might have to do some more expansions and see as it goes, as time goes on anyway. So over here complaining about there's not enough educated workers. They will slowly appear and they will pop up from time to time. We just got to get them through the education system, but it's all progressing quite nicely. It is all progressing quite nicely. The only difference is right now, because the way we started to build this, we did like, you know, a U shape, which enabled us to kind of sort out the traffic as time went on. Whereas this one is like more of it's a big square. So there's no, at the minute, flow for us to set something up. There isn't, you know, a proper flow just yet to keep us going. But if you think about, you know, at the minute, yeah. I mean, we haven't even set anything up to get over to this industrial area in terms of public transport anyway. So won't go down too hasty. But yeah, if I incorporated this going up there, like that, then I can use this road also to create a tram loop going down like that, and then potentially come off of that there to go in a different way. Or instead of doing that big full loop here, because it will come down to there, I can maybe utilize this here to go down there to cut through the complete middle of the whole of this. See, that would work a lot better. That would do. So many decisions we gotta make. Who would have thought we had these amount of decisions to make just on a freaking public transport loop? But we'll take it. So are these parks made money yet? Not really. There isn't really any need. The reason those ones do so good is because people walk through to get to certain areas. So we won't be able to start building around it where we will see like kind of a benefit for it. But we'll place down some high density residential on this backside over here and here. And we'll run down the... Oh, don't want to do those two strips. No. Not yet. But we'll get some more commercial down as well though. So continuing the approach on the main drag roads, the boulevards. Get a nice little bit of strip of commercial. And we do have to think about the high density commercial as well. So I'm thinking we turn this whole section here into high density commercial. And really take advantage of this being a bulky area at the moment. So how is the traffic over here, by the way? Looks like it's manageable, which is good. Which is real good at the minute. So things are looking up really, aren't they? We don't see... I mean, there's a lot more people using the highways, granted. But considering we just kind of built this whole little section over there, I'm not seeing much issues. For the most part. Until we have a dedicated transport network to get to and from the areas. We probably will have the odd little bit of traffic like on this junction there. But again, not until we get the dedicated crossings, whatever they may be, we're not going to really see a reduce in traffic. So once we do set it up, there'll be less people using cars. So why don't I, for now, just set up the subway line or a brief setup on the subway line. And it all comes down to how are we going to connect it up. It's going to be a long stretch, isn't it, really? Really is. So, if I pulled it off one of the subway lines, how would I bring it down? So all it's going to do is tear through the middle. That's literally what it's going to do. I have no reason for it to go anywhere else at the moment. But I got to think about it wisely, though, haven't I? So how do you go to the next argument is then it's like, do you really have the need for it at the minute? I could filter one this way. So if I did that, right, I could potentially use this road. So if I went, wait, I put that on the main drag road though, haven't I? Yeah. So what I was thinking about doing is I could stick one here, following that road going across, and where that bends up instead, comes down to here, hits up like in a middle spot there maybe, and then we stop one off over here for this island. But is that needed? From here to here is going to be needed, without a doubt. Whereas my better way to do it is running straight down the middle. Then use our trams to go around it to go the crisscross method. Yeah, I think that might be the way. So if I had a subway stop here, turn the enter key off again. And then if I had a subway stop there to mimic it before the paths, and I use this spot here, there for the middle one. Now it's quite regular, those lines, which then means it shapes it up nice for us. The fact that, oh snap, hold on, I figured out why it does that underground stuff. You ever place a subway line down with anarchy enabled? It messes up your whole vibe. But yeah. Right, how often do we get them touching over here? They were quite spread out. Now they're going to be quite close. And then I can have the trams cut through the middle. I just found out the perfect way to do a tram line. So before I do connect that up to actually having a route, right, I've just figured it out. Let me get out of this. So back into public transport mode. You can see that line goes down from there, and I was having concerns because obviously this road here comes to a dead end. That comes to a dead end. If I made this road here go down and then connect in, I can have it go straight up to there, round. It creates a loop that way around, and then eventually you have one going up. Yeah, I've got it. I've just figured it out, boys. I've just freaking figured it out. Yes, mate. Let's go. Right, so all this needs to be industrial road as well, by the way. I just realised that. So industrial road. We'll bring it. Right, there's the main road section there. Let me pause. So if we bring it out by 40, hang on, how far does that go up? Into one of those? 30. Right, if we bring it out by 30, because then that will mimic if I created another one of these, because that's 30. That's 30, but then you're coming by that way, you know what I mean? I'm mirror imaging this there, if that is the center line piece. But then you got a double, haven't you? Really. So if I did 20. So that becomes the double. But obviously there's nothing there. It's straight across. But that becomes the middle piece. So then obviously get rid of that. So that is the middle line then, and you kind of mirror image it to create that flip. But what we can do is, I don't have to mirror image it, but what we can do then is filter this down to here. So if I came up by 5, and a 5 by 5 Bam. That road is then connected. So I come up by a 10 here. So really, that is a 40 across. So really, we're looking at another 40 across. And then that becomes the connection. So come up by another 5, and it's both 10 by 10 at that point. So 12 by 12. Ta-da! That is our way of getting it all connected up then. So is this connection here... It does look a little bit funky, doesn't it? Is that connection there a little bit too close? I mean, I can kill it off. Grab by another 10 and then straight down. Bring that up to there to finish it off, and then maybe that's a 6. That becomes 4. How does this look? It's a little bit further back. I think it's more this one that looks kind of out of place. So if I delete that back from there, and let's say I deleted this, and we went across by another 5. Oh, I just delete it. Alright, there we go. 10. So 8 by 8. Alright, we'll go with that instead. Too many decisions to make right now, isn't there? There is too many decisions. But we'll pull up another one. So then that one can be the centerpiece there for this connection. It's a little bit different to how we set those ones up, but we'll go with it. And do I start to bend this? 8. How does that look? Yeah, we'll go with that then. We'll go with that. That is then our little connection set up. And we have this whole little area here to work with. So I could just put down, like if I go by 20 by 20, I go by 15. As little rows to frail out as the industry area ends. I could do that. I could not. I could keep it like that and keep it quite open and free. But the main point of this is for me to set up my new tram route. Right? Because then I have a road layout for it. I then have a road layout for it. So, subway lines in. That's now all set up. I don't know whether those are a bit too close. It's a tough one to decide, isn't it? If those stops are deemed way too close. Nah, I think we'll just roll with that. And we'll go and set up our little tram network right now. So, road. We'll start from... Right, we'll start from here. Making sure I'm doing the right one. That's the tram track. I need the the one with the road on. Boy, you're messing it up. Right, where's the cut through? Oh, it's directly to the top. So I've got to pay attention to this as well. We just deleted our path there. Bam, bam, bam. To there, and then we come straight down. So it's quite a large variation of it. And then all this here, this road, becomes our tram tracks as well. There we go. And if I go into then public transport mode, you can see where that line then takes place to hook us around. So it's in the middle of two sides of the subway line. So the subway line just kind of tears you through the downtown bit. It does a perfect job of doing that. But then the tram tracks take you to the far sides of the city, which is exactly what we want. We don't want to have the subway line as being the main public transport method, the be-all, end-all of what getting you from A to B. We want to throw a few little spanners in the works. It's kind of like how this one works, where it tears through the middle, but to go around the edges and stuff like that to get to where you need to get to, jump on a tram. That's how this one's going to work as well. So again, before I set all these stops up, let me just quickly add in the path, that just got deleted. So it was just there, and it was just over here as well. Right, and I think we're good to go. So we'll start with the subway stop then. Where's that now? Metro. Now, I don't have the connection just yet that allows us to pass under and over the river. I can set that up at a later date. But that's set up. We'll then do our metro, trams. So we'll start with one there. And actually, it started there. Have one. Actually, let me redo that one. There, then there. Because it's this side of the road, so then we've got to cross the main road to get to this stop there anyway. We'll have one there, one there. Now, I don't know where I'm going to have a stop here, so I'm just going to add one in here. Add one in there. Place this here for the crossover section there. One just there. One just there. One just there. Just there. Have a stop here. Have a stop there. There. Again, I don't know when I'm going to need stops here, but I'm just going to kind of add them in for now. Stop there. It'd be good to have a stop just here. Just here. There, and then there. So some are closer than others. It's just because we don't have any zoning or anything built up just yet. I'm just kind of like making up where stops will potentially go. It's not until I build up and around more of these areas where I can then decide fully where something is going to go. And the great thing about these is it's really easy to add and delete stops from a current route. So it's just something that I'll edit in the future. But we're getting the other one going round right now. So we've got one anti and counter. We've got one clockwise and counterclockwise. That's our tram stops all set up. We've got the subway stops all now set up. So it will allow people in this area, this region, this section of the city, over the side of the river, to be able to kind of get to where they need to get to. A whole lot easier without taking cars. So I need to set up something very similar from getting one side to the other. Now, 100% guaranteed, one of the methods is going to be the subway line. And I just don't know how or what the best method would be to connect it to this subway line. It's a tough one to kind of figure out. Now, what I could do, and something I probably haven't even done before, is create like an elevated metro near the stop of one of these metros, and then use the elevated metro to then have the train track go across with the bridge. Oh, that could be really good. But guys, let me know what you think about those ideas in the comment section down below. We're definitely having the metro / subway, but we will have a secondary one that allow us to cross over as well. I just ain't sure what that is going to be just yet. So give me some suggestions in the comment section down below anyway. But yeah, ain't too shabby. So let's just see how this area is ticking along at the moment. Oh wait, I just realised we don't have any trams around these loops because I haven't got set up a tram thingy over this side yet. There's me thinking like, yeah, the tram's going to be pretty beasty. Boy, get those tram thingy down. Oh, I could have the tram thing over here, couldn't I? Let me turn the anarchy off. Maybe connect it there. For now, it's kind of like out of the way. And we'll get some power to it. Has it got water? Yeah. So it's kind of out of the way, but it fills that awkward space that we got left over. And turn off the traffic lights. So where else do we have them? It's going to turn them off in the general areas that we have them. Try and keep the traffic as flowing as possible. I didn't realise so many traffic lights are turned on over here. Right, that's so good. That's so good. So we got a ton of trams coming out. And I think all the trams are now actually out. I might have to add more. I mean, looking how many there is, I might have to add more trams as we go along. Oh, actually, no, what? There's actually quite a few already out. Yeah. They're already over here and everything. Damn. They ain't messing about. Oh my good God, look at the amount of people over here. Yeah, trams could be very beneficial to this side of the island. It's not an island. It is huge land masses. It's not an island, Taniac. Don't get it twisted, boy. But the snow is now falling. I thought the weather wasn't on, but it is actually on. We need to get set up the snow dumps right now. So I'm going to place a few generically in just to kind of sort this side of the river out. And I'm just going to place them here for now. I'll have to move them eventually. Let's give them water. But it's just what's needed to get rid of the snow on this side of the river. Because those roads are getting pretty snowy, boys. It's actually just throwing a load of trucks out. That's crazy. Anyway, lots of people are still using the trams. It'll take a while before they start separating quite nice. But it's pretty good. It is pretty good. And they're not far from like where you need to get to as well. Like if you was at the park here and this side, just walk straight down or straight up or that way to a subway line. It's pretty handy. It's like, you know, the equivalent being there, straight up, straight down or whatnot. So the routes are all there, boys. They're all there. I think we're going to end it for here anyway, guys. I hope you did enjoy this episode. We have a lot of stuff now up and running. Still got a lot of demands right now, which we can use to progress a little bit further. Before we do go, though, with all these new people moving in, who are still moving in, 21% of them are uneducated. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Unemployment's at 3%, so we've got more than enough jobs currently available. So I don't think you need to worry about that too much just yet. And look how many people are now using our trams. The metro is going to skyrocket once we get that connection set up. And I think I do want to go ahead and do the elevated version of it. So we could potentially use this as like the underground and an elevated one as being the crossover route. That could be a really good way which we can also then elevate it to go straight across there. And then eventually take it up to here, to this area too. That would be really, really good. And then they'll crisscross one another. Oh, that'd be so good. Okay, right, I'm getting excited now. I'm getting too excited. Guys, we're going to end it for here anyway. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.